Thanks for joining us for the next edition of the Brand Central Podcast. Joining us today, Atlanta native, the man, the myth, the legend, former Chicago Cubs outfielder, C.J. Stewart. He joins us today. He's the founder and CEO of Diamond Directors and also heavily involved as a creator, founder, and the man who helped launch Lead2Legacy.org. And LEAD is the foundation, launch, expose, advise, direct. Now, CJ, what a pleasure to have you here today. Thanks so much for joining us, man. What a pleasure.
Yes, I'm excited to be here. And if you don't mind, let me make a correction so my wife, Kelli, doesn't be mad at me. So I'm the co-founder of Diamond Directors and the co-founder of LEAD. Diamond Directors is our for-profit business, and LEAD is our nonprofit. And she's the brains of it all. So I had to make sure I have her in there.
Hey, I fully understand. I've got one of those too, so I get it. So please, I'm glad you corrected us both. We both could have paid a heavy price.
Yeah, so I was born and raised here in the inner city of Atlanta, and so I'm no stranger to financial poverty. Even though we didn't have a lot of money, though, we had a lot of strong relationships. And that's one of the things that really is the toughest part about managing this pandemic for a lot of the families that are living in poverty in Atlanta is just, in addition to not having the money, they don't have the network. And so that's what LEAD has been able to be for a lot of our families. We've been very fortunate through our network. We've been able to launch a very successful emergency fund and have raised a significant amount of money, an amount of money that allows us to feed families, but also to be able to go in and do rent assistance and utility assistance. So the fact that we get an opportunity to show up, deliver good quality meals through Georgia Meals Express, and then say, let's go over to your rent office and we're going to pay you rent for the next 3 months. The emotion that we're able to see. So the poor are always going to be among us. But I tell you what, during these times, if you're not connected to a strong network, life is going to be very tough. Yeah.
What's that feeling like to be able to offer people that kind of relief, that oftentimes life-saving relief? I mean, you know, folks don't understand how close we really are to poverty. I mean, most of us in America are just a paycheck away or two from being homeless. I mean, it is a real problem in this country right now.
Yeah, I mean, because I can tell you right now, if my wife or I or my children, either one of us were to have some type of, traumatic illness, life is going to be very, very tough for us. And so we talk about that all the time, and make sure that we have good relationships, because again, I feel like if something were to happen to us catastrophic, we will be able to reach out to our network, including you. I'm gonna reach out to you as well for help and just say, and humble myself to say, I need help. But the way it makes me feel, I feel significant. And when I think about life, I think about struggle, success, and significance. And so struggle is all about, I'm striving towards success, but I'm making mistakes out of ignorance. So I know the right path I need to be going in, but I'm just really ignorant to how to do it, who I need to connect with. And so I'm making these mistakes. Success is me achieving the goal, but then significance is using my success to serve others. So I have my moments where I am struggling with things, which is why I have an amazing wife to be that amazing counter for me. But I'm very successful in a lot of ways. I mean, I have a lot of things that I've achieved, and I am committed to using that success to serve others.
Yeah. We're going to get to the baseball portion of your success in a moment. But first, I want to talk about the success you're having with these deserving inner city youth through athletics and academics, even some spiritual connections to help them get to the next level, to get to that place that they may not have thought they could get to had it not been for someone like you. How are you able to reach them and say, you know what, there is more out there for you?
Well, so I'm gonna share this, and then we can unpack it if you want to. But just so for me, when I grew up, I had ADHD, and so even now, for me to really understand, I mean, framework is very important, so that I can understand where I'm at, what's next, and what's next. So two things that I really focus on helping them is one, the C's. So conviction, connection, consensus, collaboration, and then change.
Mm.
But then also the S's, stupidity, struggle, success, and significance. And so those things right there really help me to be consistent with them. So you are stupid when you are doing things that are wrong and you know it's wrong.
Mm.
If you're stupid, you're stuck, and I'm gonna be stuck with you. So if you're stupid, I have nothing for you. I'll pray for you,
Right.
but I have nothing for you. I start to help you when you're struggling. So again, you're making mistakes, but you're making it out of ignorance. You don't know any better. And so the bridge between being stupid and struggling is humility, which is not thinking less than of yourself, but thinking of others more than yourself. So that's how I'm able to help them. And sometimes it just starts out with, listen, here's the deal. What you're doing is stupid. That's what we are.
Right.
I'm not going to help you. I'm going to help you when you get to a place of struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Humble yourself. But again, also too, with those C's, conviction is a very powerful thing, and it's not to be confused with being guilty. So, when we are convicted, that's very empowering.
Yeah.
In fact, that's how L.E.A.D got started, because I was convicted by one of my clients who told me that there's a decline of blacks in baseball, and I wasn't doing anything about it. And that was a very convicting moment. I got started right away. Matter of fact, that night I said, Kelli, we got to do something. I got an idea, and you're going to have to make it work.
Right. Put the pressure on her. I like it, because a good woman will find a way to get it done. So you already know. You already know the secret sauce. What do you think the biggest impediment to African American talent pursuing the game of baseball is?
So I think we don't have enough C.J. Stewarts, and I know even in me saying that could probably rub people the wrong way. They could automatically see that may think that I'm arrogant. God has been really good to me, and I'm in I have a lot of significance, and I've had success, and I'm using it to serve others. But Black boys want to feel protected, and so it's really not fair for them to go out, learn how to play this game, only not to be protected. I mean, we live in a racialized society. Structural racism exists in baseball, from the high school, college, all the way up to the professional levels. And I know a lot of head people in college and at the pros who would not discount that. So my job is to make sure that, number one, you start from a place of learning how to participate. And that's just just showing up. So we got to get Black boys to just show up. Even if you don't love the game, there's a lot of interpersonal skills that you can develop by participating. Then from there, you got to learn how to practice. Okay, I mean, it takes thousands of reps to be able to develop the habits that you need to be good in this game. And then you learn how to play. And learning how to play the game is more than just hitting the ball and running. There's a lot of details. Then you matriculate to learn how to perform. So now you're having to have some outcomes under stress. The scouts are here. You've been dreaming of this opportunity. They're right there. You got to be able to perform. And then when you have all those P's, you got to be protected. Yeah. So that's my job right now, is to make sure that I can offer protection for these boys, to make sure that they're in an environment where they can develop and grow.
But when it comes to the affluence and the money influence in youth sports, I know it's heavily involved in baseball as well.
It is. I mean, our for-profit business, training with me is not cheap. And quite frankly, the good stuff costs. I mean, we've worked really hard for over 2 decades. And I've been able to develop some of the game's top players, including most recently having Peter Alonso as a former client of mine, who's doing amazing things with the Mets. Jason Hayward, Dexter Fowler. I've had an opportunity to be hitting coach with Andrew Jones. And I've played professional baseball myself. So having access to me, there's a cost to that, which I'm able to sleep at night knowing that we have L.E.A.D so that we can provide this opportunity of access to this game to boys who financially can't afford it. And they pay for it using their grades, attendance, behavior, and community service. But even when you break down the cost of baseball, which I would say to do it right, including travel, training, equipment. I mean, if you're not investing at least $10,000 a year, you're not doing it right.
Wow. Wow.
And I went into professional baseball with all these myths, thinking that it was okay to hang out late and things like that. So I never really took care of myself the way I should have to be able to maintain success as a player.
Right.
But I didn't have anybody that was really being honest with me about it. So, that protection piece is very important, even if you have the money.
Right. Is professional success anywhere near spiritual success?
It's not. For me, so we all have a calling to fulfill on earth, and baseball just gave me the opportunity, the platform to be able to do the things that I'm able to do now, and it also allowed me to develop the interpersonal skills that I needed, like being excellent, meeting expectations, humility, integrity, loyalty, stewardship, teamwork. Those values. Without those values, I'm not a good husband. I'm not a good father. Man, I tell you, I love serving, and specifically, I love serving here at home in Atlanta, where I'm from. To care about something or somebody is to be deeply concerned. Everywhere in this country is important. Wherever you are right now is an important community. I love Atlanta. I really love Atlanta. This is home. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about Atlantans, and I'm thinking about Black males. I have a beautiful African American wife, two beautiful African American daughters, but I really focus on Black boys all the time, and using my life as a case study. And so my wife is an African American woman. She's constantly thinking about African American girls. So we're looking to start a pilot program, or we've started a pilot program at Washington High School for tennis.
Mm-hmm.
But I am just so spiritually fulfilled every day. And this is much better than ever playing baseball, hitting home runs, and doing anything.
What a blessing. What a blessing. I can't wait till this whole COVID thing is over so I can come see your boys, see what you guys do up close and personal, and get to spend a little bit more time with you and the young men whose lives you're impacting, man. Congratulations to you. Hats off to you, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great to be with you. Yeah, we definitely are in need of support. We are serving 350 families through our year-round programming with L.E.A.D. Baseball is the hook. So we get these young men. They think that they're gonna just focus on this world-class baseball experience, and then all of a sudden we're teaching them core values, life skills, and connecting them, preparing them for career opportunities. One day somebody's going to be as good as you, Mark.
Nice.
Yeah, our website is L.E.A.D, the number 2, legacy.org, L.E.A.D, the number 2, legacy.org. And we still have our emergency fund rocking and rolling. You can make donations there. But then for our L.E.A.D families that are within Atlanta Public Schools, if we haven't been in touch with you yet, which we've been in touch with most of them, go right to that website, and we're ready to serve you.
All right. C.J. Stewart, the Atlanta native, former Chicago Cub, and now the top swing coach in Major League Baseball. C.J., what a pleasure, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep elevating.
Yes, sir. Likewise. Thank you.